Here is Immortal Moments for explanation. Friends, like videos and subscribes to our channel. Swallowed Star 2 Land of Origin Part 14 Explanation. So let's start our explanation. Zhu was stunned. Luo Feng's actions truly exceeded his expectations. He looked horrified. This is going to be trouble, he muttered under his breath as he immediately rushed out. Divine Monarch Zhu, don't panic, my master is not the impulsive type, Morosa said, picking up the wine jug and standing up as well, utterly calm and composed. What does the master plan to do? Mu Qingyan's heart was tense. He hadn't been following his master for long, but the experiences during this time had been overwhelmingly thrilling. He quickly followed Morosa out. The guests inside Dream Flower Tower were originally watching the excitement. When Gao Shui rode away on the three-sword sky-splitting beast, they started to head back to their respective halls, believing that excitement had ended. Mei Wuqi was also relaxed, laughing. Such stupidity from Gao Shui makes him unworthy to be the leader of Huyang Guard. The leaders of the Huyang Guard appointed by our 5 great families are naturally meant to protect us, yet he turned against me. When I return, I will push this issue forward, planning by all means to strip him of his leadership position. Such a fool, indeed unfit to be leader of the Huyang Guard, the armored figure nodded. Brother Qianyu, thank you for this, Mei Wuqi said smilingly. Qianyu Chong was an eternal true god affiliated with their Meiwu family, and he took care of many matters for him. Just then, Luo Feng came walking leisurely from a distance, reaching nearby in just a few steps. Mei Wuqi, Commander Qianyu, and the blue-haired man Jiang Chengyu all noticed the black-haired, sharp-horned man approaching, as by now, Luo his fame within Huyang City was immense. Lord Luo he, Jiang Chengyu called out with a smile. As Luo Feng approached, his gaze swept over Mei Wuqi. I just heard that you, Mei Wuqi, have tortured and killed countless citizens of Yu Kingdom, capturing several billion alone from Fangzhou City. Such heinous crimes, according to the laws of Yu Kingdom, warrant death. Upon hearing this, Mei Wuqi immediately knew that the visitor had ill intentions. Lord Luo he, you must not spout nonsense, Mei Wuqi said coldly. As Commander Qianyu clearly stated, these are all slanderous fibs. Slanderous fibs. Luo Feng chuckled lightly. There's no need for such ludicrous talk in my presence. Many eternal true gods in Huyang City know of your deeds. How many eternal true gods have you personally taken to see your sinful city? Mei Wuqi was shocked. He had indeed taken many eternal true gods to tour the sinful city and had boasted about it. He believed, even if everyone in Huyang City knew, what could they do to him? Moreover, evidence of your numerous crimes can be easily purchased from the Flame Wind Pavilion. What? Do you think the Flame Wind Pavilion would fabricate evidence to slander you? Luo Feng scoffed. If you could make the Flame Wind Pavilion disregard its reputation specifically to defame you, I actually might respect you. Mei Wuqi's complexion grew dark. The Flame Wind Pavilion's business spread across a large part of the land of origin, and it valued its reputation highly. They wouldn't bother fabricating evidence, even of a godly king, let alone some of Mei Wuqi's. Luo he. What does my matter have to do with you? Mei Wuqi no longer tried to justify himself. Even if I did it, it's none of your business. I'll interfere in affairs if I want to, and won't if I don't feel like it, Luo Feng said casually. It just so happens today I heard about these affairs. I think I should stay true to the laws of Yu Kingdom and send you on your way. Raw tilde. The ever-vigilant Commander Qianyu was greatly alarmed as the Legion-class mechanical treasure, Purple Jade Gen, instantly shielded both Commander Qianyu and Mei Wuqi. Its coiling body's deep purple scales sparkled. Luo he, what are you trying to do? Are you planning to kill an eternal true god of the 5 great families within Huyang City, without trial by the city owner's mansion? Commander Qianyu bellowed in anger. Mei Wuqi was shocked and angry. He had only thought the other was here to provoke, but Luo he had outright stated his intention. Did he not care about the city owner's mansion's dignity at all? When Marquis of Zhujiang and Great Saint Beiyu fought, Beiyu fled, even swallowing all the creatures of the large city, Yurong City, to absorb energy for regaining his strength, Mei Wuqi angrily shouted. The beings that Bayu swallowed in one gulp are many times more than those in my sinful city. Why don't you meddle in Bayu's affairs? Soon, more and more guests at Dream Flower Tower started paying attention to this scene. Chiyu, Dream Flower Tower Master, and Morosa were all watching from not too far away. Divine Monarch Chiyu, what is Lord Luohe trying to do? Dream Flower Tower Master was somewhat panicked. I don't know, Chiyu shook his head. I can't control Lord Luohe, but I think with the leader of Huyang Guard, Qianyu Chong, here, the situation shouldn't escalate too much. Dream Flower Tower Master nodded. Commander Qianyu, controlling a Legion-class mechanical treasure, was indeed very powerful. Great Saint Bayu is still at large, yet you come to deal with this minor issue of mine, Mei Wuqi said indignantly. Great Saint Bayu is a primal chaos overlord-level existence. I, an eternal true god, dare not meddle, Luo Feng said placidly. But you, Mei Wuqi, I can still manage. I am an eternal true god. What's it to me if I kill some weaklings? Mei Wuqi said desperately. Isn't survival of the fittest seen everywhere in the world? Everyone has their moments of weakness, Luo Feng shook his head. You, Mei Wuqi, were very weak when you were born. If everyone practiced survival of the fittest, you wouldn't have grown up at all. Mei Wuqi was taken aback. Even low-intelligence exotic beast species know to protect their young, yet you loudly proclaim the law of the jungle, wantonly slaughtering the weak. You are even worse than exotic beasts. Luo Feng shook his head. The 5 great families will surely thank me when they learn of my actions. As soon as he finished speaking. Not good. Commander Qianyu, who had been on guard, changed color. He instantly reacted, and the huge mechanical stream secret treasure, Purple Jade Gem, expanded and rolled forward, blocking Luo Feng's strike. Bang! Luo Feng's extended palm struck the massive body of Purple Jade Gem. Purple Jade Gem, commandeered by the top eternal true god Qianyu Chong and a legion of 1,000 true gods of void space, was a core-class mechanical treasure. Though individually, Qianyu Chong was naturally inferior to Association leader Mu Yang of the Blood Python. Aided by 1,000 true gods of void space and a core-class treasure, the power unleashed by Purple Jade Gem was by no means inferior to Mu Yang driving the lifeblood river. Boom tilde tilde tilde. The vibration caused by the collision between the palm and the scale-armored body of Purple Jade Gem made the entire Dream Flower Tower tremble slightly, but fortunately, the tower was enveloped in formations, maintaining stability and safety everywhere. They started. Chiyu and the Dream Flower Tower Master were both shocked. My brother Luohe, even if you have to kill, can't you do it covertly? How can you strike openly under everyone's gaze? Chiyu fretted. Their neutral faction sometimes also made dark moves, but they always did so stealthily, leaving no trace. The leader of Huyang Guard is right beside, and now Lord Luohe attacks the eternal true god of the 5 great families. The Dream Flower Tower Master felt her heart tremble and even feared a little. This was beyond her imagination. Luohe, you have lost your mind. Commander Qianyu grabbed Mei Wuqi and instantly merged into the interior of Purple Jade Gem. Brother Meiwu, hide inside the mechanical stream secret treasure, he cannot hurt you, Commander Qianyu advised. Mad, he actually attacked me openly within Huyang City. Mei Wuqi was both shocked and angry. He could not believe that there truly was an eternal true god in Huyang City bold enough to attack him openly. The palm strike from Luo Feng was blocked by the mechanical stream treasure, Purple Jade Gem, of the Huyang Guard, and the reverberations triggered heavy force dissipation through the formation of Dream Flower Tower, causing many onlookers to retreat further away. Luo Feng looked at his own palm, then at the massive Purple Jade Gem in front of him. Qianyu Chong, you dare block me? Luohe. The massive Purple Jade Gem surface revealed Commander Qianyu's face, who sternly rebuked, I am the leader of the Huyang Guard, and I was right here watching. You dare to disregard the laws and openly attack the eternal true god of the 5 great families. Are you intending to go against the entire city owner's mansion? Seeing this, the blue-haired man Jiang Chengyu spoke up, Divine Monarchs of Luohe and Commander Qianyu, please, let's calm down and talk this through. Divine Monarchs of Luohe and Commander Qianyu, please, take a step back, the Dream Flower Tower Master also hastened to speak. If this situation escalated, a total war could break out between Divine Monarch Luo He and Hu Yang's Purple Jade Gen, which would create a tremendous disturbance, likely reducing the entire Dream Flower Tower to dust. Luo He, you have disregarded the laws and struck out willfully. The city owner's mansion will surely punish you. The face of Chen Yuchong on the surface of Purple Jade Gen scoffed coldly. Just wait for the city owner's mansion's punishment. Punish me. Luo Feng laughed loudly as his right arm suddenly swelled, divine power ignited, and his aura surged formidably. This made Jiang Chengyu, Du Yu, the Dream Flower Tower Master, and many guests feel an oppressive fear. How audacious! Commanding the entire Purple Jade Gen, Chen Yuchong, with 1,000 true gods of void space, prepared to withstand this fearsome strike. Puff! Luo Feng's arm swelled to thousands of feet, and his hand grew massive like a palm blade, embodying the essence of the blade of life and death, and as the tips of his fingers touched Purple Jade Gen's purple scales, they pierced through like through mud, and instantly penetrated. Prior to this, Luo Feng's palm had been blocked by Purple Jade Gen, causing him to recognize the might of this beast, judging it equivalent to the power of the Blood Python Association leader. His second body refinement of the perfect divine body, wielding the godly king-level legacy, Duan Mie, and burning divine power, was sufficient to tear apart the Purple Jade Gen barehanded. Whoosh! As his palm penetrated into the body of Purple Jade Gen and retracted, Luo Feng's hand now held Chen Yuchong. With the capture of Chen Yuchong, the entire mechanical stream secret treasure, Purple Jade Gen, having lost its controller, naturally collapsed, scattering noisily, with Mei Wu Qi and the 1,000 true gods of void space tumbling out. Thousands of true gods of void space who had fallen were somewhat panicked, seeing Commander Chen Yuchong being grasped by a palm. All they felt was trembling fear. How could Lord Luo He be so strong? Even with the mechanical flow secret treasure, Purple Jade Gen, we couldn't defeat him. Without Purple Jade Gen, it's feared that with just a breath, we would all die. These true gods instinctively retreated towards the distance, even burrowing into groups of guests. In the past, patrolling within Huyang City, they were the respected Huyang guards. But now, they only hoped that Luo He wouldn't vent his anger on them. The astonished Mei Wu Qi, who had fallen out, couldn't believe, this is one of the top 10 mechanical flow secret treasures of the Huyang Guard, Purple Jade Gen. How could it be penetrated by a palm? It's over, it's all over. While finding it hard to believe, Mei Wu Qi didn't dare to hesitate, burning divine power to desperately flee for his life. He had never run so frantically in his life. Huff! A gigantic palm swung by in an instant, already enveloping Mei Wu Qi. No! A rod-like weapon appeared in Mei Wu Qi's hand, striking with thunderous fury, trying to block that gigantic palm. But as soon as the gigantic palm covered it and made contact, it grasped him, the rod not causing even the slightest injury to Luo Feng's palm skin. Luo Feng stood still on the spot, both his hands had returned and shrank back to normal size. And within the palm, both Chen Yuchong and Mei Wu Qi were suppressed, their bodies shrunken, appearing like two tiny toys in his hand. At this moment, Jiang Chengyu, Du Yu, guests from Dream Flower Tower, and Luo Feng's servant Mu Qingyang were all trembling with shock as they watched this scene, which had a tremendous impact on their minds. Originally, I only planned to kill Mei Wu Qi, but now I've caught both. Luo Feng looked down at the two tiny figures in his hands. Luo He, I am the leader of the Huyang Guard. Do you intend to kill a leader of the Huyang Guard within Huyang City? Chen Yuchong looked up at the looming figure of Luo Feng. Lord Luo He, I was wrong, it was all my fault. Mei Wu Qi, who was caught, was extremely terrified, pleading urgently, I'm willing to make amends, whatever you ask I will do. Just please spare my life. Both Chen Yuchong and Mei Wu Qi were very uneasy at this moment. At this moment, the city owner's mansion and the 5 great families were equally anxious. They monitored the whole city, and since Luo Feng had not used a small cosmic domain to block the investigation, they could see the whole process clearly. They saw Luo Feng's hand penetrate the mechanical flow treasure, Purple Jade General. Well done, Luo He. He can directly crush Purple Jade General. What should we do now? He has already captured Chen Yuchong and Mei Wu Qi. The high-level members of the 5 great families also knew the situation was urgent. Commander Moli, please make a move. It's time for you, Commander Moli, to take action to have any chance to stop Luo He. Inside the city owner's mansion, the high-ranking officials immediately sent a message to Moli Xiao. I'm not suitable to take action, Moli Xiao refused bluntly. Moli Xiao's status was too high, one of the top 2 figures in the entire city owner's mansion. Even the city lord could not force him to act. The officials of the city owner's mansion had no choice but to deploy one of the Huyang legions, the Haiming Legion, to take action. I can move, but I have no confidence in stopping Luo He, General Qiu Yi of the Haiming Legion responded. Quick, set out immediately, urged the side of the city owner's mansion. Over at Dream Flower Tower, many bystanders watched from afar, not daring to get involved, fearing the wrath of the 5 great families. In Huyang City, the 5 great families were as good as heaven. Luo Feng's actions at this moment had indeed provoked them. Luo Feng looking down, holding 2 tiny figures in his hands, Qian Yu Chong, I've found that among the crimes of Mei Wu Qi, your name has appeared many times. You've helped him capture true gods, you've helped him clean up traces, you've done too much for him. Qian Yu Chong was surprised. As an eternal true god affiliated with the Mei Wu family, he indeed did a lot of dirty work for the Mei Wu family. He had also helped Mei Wu Qi capture many true gods, because Mei Wu Qi himself wasn't meticulous enough, which could lead to trouble. Mei Wu Qi, oh Mei Wu Qi, if you want to torture and kill many true gods, you should do it stealthily. Why must you bring many friends to visit Sinful City, making it known to all of Huyang City? Now it has even drawn the attention of this Lord Luo He, and even I am suffering because of it, Qian Yu Chong lamented in his heart. As an accomplice to Mei Wu Qi, according to the laws of Yu Kingdom, you too must be executed, Luo Feng said. Lord Luo He, I know you despise evil, I'm just a subordinate, just a servant of the Mei Wu family, Qian Yu Chong said urgently. I've grown step by step from an external tribe until now, please spare my life, I will surely no longer be an accomplice in the future. I captured those true gods only because Mei Wu Qi made me do it. Qian Yu Chong, I cannot dare to capture so many true gods openly. It's you who came up with ways, it's you who helped me. Now these sins are all being pushed onto my head, Mei Wu Qi shouted. Lord Luo He, I? Luo Feng, holding Mei Wu Qi in his palm, permeated his divine power, rendering Mei Wu Qi unable to speak. Qian Yu Chong, I'm telling you this, so you can die with a clear understanding, Luo Feng said, clasping Qian Yu Chong's palm slightly, and with a bit of exerted vigor, permeated Qian Yu Chong's body and destroyed his true god's heart. Qian Yu Chong's eyes widened, at that moment feeling nothing but injustice. He, Qian Yu Chong, had struggled every step to climb to one of the top 10 leadership positions of the Huyang Guard. Who would have thought he would encounter such a reckless, powerful Lord Luo He who blatantly disregarded the face of the 5 great families? He was implicated and died here? Huff. Luo Feng instantly took Qian Yu Chong's body into the Star Tower. The bodies still need to be collected properly, can't waste them. From a distance, Morosa saw this scene and immediately cracked a smile, telepathically transmitting, "Thank you, Master. Please also leave Mei Wu Qi's body to me. Mei Wu Qi's bloodline is certainly extraordinary, the absorption effect must be very good." Master and servant, both were very calm. But the onlookers around them, including Mei Wu Qi held in Luo Feng's other palm, were all unable to stay calm. He really killed him. The leader of the Huyang Guard, just like that, killed? Zhu Jiang Chengyu, Dream Flower Tower Master, Moyu Qingyang, along with a large number of customers, all held their breath, and from a distance, the thousands of true gods of void space level Huyang Guards also felt their hearts tremble. This Lord Luo He is exceptionally tyrannical. Lord Luo He, indifferent to life and death, strikes as soon as he says he will. I had heard that there are some fierce ones who dare to kill members of the royal family, the Primal Chaos clan. Today I've really seen it. Those who could afford to patronize the Dream Flower Tower generally had some background and came from various forces within the city. They now watched the event's development attentively and rapidly relayed a great deal of information back to their respective places. The onlookers each had their thoughts, but Mei Wu Qi, gripped in the palm of Luo Feng, was truly panicked. Watching his accomplice, Qian Yu Chong, die, Mei Wuqi already felt death looming. In desperation, he said, "Lord Luo He, as long as you spare me, everything can be discussed. Whatever you want, I will do." Boom, accompanied by a terrifying fluctuation descending. Luo Feng looked up and saw in the night sky a vast spherical fortress appearing. The spherical fortress, like a black hole, was swallowing energy, also absorbing light, its might quite fearsome. One of the Huyang's 10 great legions, the Haiming Legion. Luo Feng recognized the newcomer. The Huyang Legion was much stronger than the Huyang Guards. The Huyang Guard, Purple Jade Gen, that had just been killed was only on par with the Blood Python Association leader, but a single Huyang Legion was far stronger, capable of overwhelming the Blood Python Association leader in a head-on fight. Overwhelming was easy, killing was difficult. It was only because they encountered Luo Feng that the Blood Python Association leader didn't escape. "Lord Luo He, I ask you to stop." The surface of the spherical fortress showed a three-eyed face. Mei Wuqi is an eternal true god from the Meiwu family. Even if he violated the rules, he should be judged by the city owner's mansion. "You can't take action. Can the city owner's mansion sentence him to death?" asked Luo Feng. The three-eyed face on the spherical fortress replied, "Lord Luo He, you've blown this matter up too big, and no matter what, the city owner's mansion can't be too biased. Even if Mei Wuqi doesn't die, he will be severely punished. Severe punishment won't do, he needs to die." Luo Feng's lips curved into a smile as he looked at Mei Wuqi in his palm. Spare me, spare me," Mei Wuqi said urgently. "Lord Luo He, you're in the city. Without the city owner's mansion's trial, you've already killed one leader of the Huyang Guard. If you openly kill an eternal true god from one of the 5 great families, you are stepping on the face of the 5 great families. You should consider the consequences," said the three-eyed face on the surface of the spherical fortress. "What consequences?" Luo Feng said casually, "General Qiu Yi of the Haiming Legion, today Mei Wuqi must die. If you obstruct, then you should think about the consequences." The three-eyed face on the surface of the spherical fortress glanced at the collapsing purple jade gen from afar, understanding the result of obstruction. Qin Yu Chong had obstructed. Qin Yu Chong had died. This Luo He is too fierce, his strength is perhaps not inferior to Shui Yun, General Qiu Yi mused silently, having also dealt with Shui Yun, the leader of Shi Kingdom's forces. The city owner's mansion tried everything, with Mo Li Xiao personally intervening, and even mobilizing the great formation of Huyang City to assist, in several confrontations with Shui Yun, but they couldn't defeat Shui Yun. And now? General Qiu Yi felt that this Luo He should be no less formidable than Shui Yun. Even if several legions acted together under the leadership of Mo Li Xiao, they might fail to capture Luo He. General Qiu Yi mused to himself, "This Mei Wuqi is mad, committing heinous crimes and then, fearing that it wouldn't be known, drew too many eternal true gods to witness it. This led to today's catastrophe. General Qiu Yi, save me, save me," Mei Wuqi inside Luo Feng's palm cried out. "He's watching you, the city owner's mansion is watching you right now," Luo Feng said to Mei Wuqi in his palm, "but no one can save you, and anyone who dares try will be killed by me. Anyone daring to save you deserves death as well." Luo Feng spoke word by word. All the bystanders listened, and the senior officials monitoring from the city owner's mansion heard it too. Some were angry, some were as somber as still water, and some shook their heads and sighed. But no one intervened. "Die," Luo Feng said to Mei Wuqi, as an invisible illusory realm instantly engulfed the consciousness of the terrified Mei Wuqi. This illusion technique was the forbidden move, 9 Netherworlds kill, that Luo Feng had learned from the 9 Netherworlds. Constructed with his peak primal chaos overlord level spiritual will, this particularly ruthless forbidden move was incredibly powerful when he cast it. Mei Wuqi, who had been bolstered by resources all the way, naturally had a rather fragile spiritual will and instantly sunk completely. You like to torture countless creatures, don't you? Now, experience the taste yourself. Do you still like it when you are the one being tortured? Luo Feng thought, and instantly pulled Mei Wuqi into the Star Tower. Inside an empty space within the Star Tower, Mei Wuqi lay there, writhing in agony, trembling, screaming in terror. Mei Wuqi's mental endurance was mediocre due to being pampered all his life, and the illusion technique's forbidden move, 9 Netherworld's Kill, was too strong under the control and with the construction of Luo Feng's perfect divine power. In the torturous agony, Mei Wuqi's consciousness disintegrated and he died within just more than 10 breaths of time. Such a weak spiritual will, Luo Feng said, his consciousness enveloping the space and observing everything. That Mei Wuqi was so useless was within his expectations. Inside Dream Flower Tower. Mei Wuqi is dead. The Dream Flower Tower Master, Zhu Yu, and Jiang Chengyu all received the latest bounty mission pushed by the Flame Wind Association's Dark Hall. The bounty for Mei Wuqi was only a mere 20,000 cosmic sand. The 5 great families didn't care about this small bounty either. But now, this bounty mission was completed. Evidently, the Flame Wind Pavilion confirmed. Mei Wuqi was dead. He really killed Mei Wuqi. Zhu Yu and the others felt a mix of emotions. The 5 great families, each family having about 10 eternal true gods. These approximately 50 extraordinarily bloodlined eternal true gods were the core high-level individuals of Huyang City. They ruled over Huyang City. And Mei Wuqi was one of them. The killing of leader of Huyang Guard by Luo Feng had a terrible impact, but killing Mei Wuqi made the other high-level individuals naturally anxious. If Mei Wuqi could be killed today, could they also be killed tomorrow? Lord Luohe, I can't stop you, the three-eyed face that appeared on the surface of the spherical fortress in the high sky lamented, but by killing Mei Wuqi, you've really made a mistake. Tell the 5 great families, if they want to make a move, just come, I'll take them all on. Luo Feng said, looking up at the sky. The spherical fortress said no more. A formless force wrapped around the disintegrating purple jade gem, and after collecting it, it shifted through the void and left directly. Luo Feng watched this scene from afar. All cleaned up, I feel relieved, Luo Feng said with a smile as he walked towards Zhu Yu. Brother Zhu Yu, do you dare to keep drinking with me? This episode ends here.